Hi everybody, welcome to Higher Solution Proposal Presentation. A proposal presented by Andres Colasos, Elizabeth Sassi, George Harris, and Christopher McCallum for the course COM 128. Let's check our outline for today on this presentation, and please, anyone that wants to make a question, just raise your hands. We will be grateful to answer your questions while we expose. First, we're going to start with the introduction of why we're presenting this proposal, followed by the basic game idea, the audience and skill level, types of game settings and characters, followed by player interactions, rules and limits, tools and resources needed for development, and finally we're going to come with a conclusion and resolving all your questions. Again, this proposal is presented to you by the team A as an apple. Starting a business, and especially a programming business, a game makes a lot of sense. If we focus on racing games, they're a great start because they offer virtual simulation and adrenaline stimulation to all players, something that they always look when you go for a game. That is the main objective of this proposal, to show how an investment in the game can be done and be profitable. The second part of the business will be the benefit of free advertising, the one that is used in video games, inside and outside of the video games. They're a huge way of revenue from billboards in racing games and energy drinks nowadays, and even in events and gaming expositions. Finally, what makes a game very attractive are graphics. Newer technologies like multi-polygonal vectorial algorithms are key for this project to go ahead and triumph in this game industry, which is our goal, to differentiate from other games. Any questions? We at Team A has more than 9 years of experience developing, more than 13 years doing games. So we're a solid team. We know each other. So let's continue with the presentation then. Let's talk about the basic game idea. This racing game will be first-person circuit. It means it will have the chance for one person to play. It also will play as a multiplayer circuit. And finally, because it's going to be online, you will be able to have a World Shop Championship mode, which will allow the player to compete against the better players and the best players from the network. This game has been developed as a multi-platform and network ready for multiplayer action, which means that any platform can be ported. It can be played in PlayStation, can be played in Xbox, even in cell phone or a tablet. Since it's written in Java, all the objects can be used. At the same time, because newer technologies like sniffing technologies where you can smell what's going on in the game, we have developed an API, which is an application programming interface. This API will allow newer technologies like the sniffing one to connect to the game, no matter which platform you're going to be using. Finally, we have put on this game a special effort that the player have the same experience in any platform. Whatever you play on a cell phone or your Xbox at home, you must feel the same experience, no more or less. A question from the CEO. He wants to know if his kids can play it on the PC. Absolutely. They can play it on the PC. They can connect to the internet. They can connect to their friends and play against them. Even if they're playing on PlayStation 4, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a multi-platform. Now, let's talk about the audience and skill level. Our main focus will be teenagers and mature audience, because we have noticed that on the market, this is a niche, or there is a niche for them. They want to experience what it is to race without being in the real field, without driving a real car, but having the same sensation as driving a real one. For this reason, game simulations has been designed to stimulate them, to take their senses and stimulate it in a way that they can feel that they're driving a real car, and worse, racing a real car. For that, any person with any skill level will be able to play the game and actually benefit from driving experience. Just like in real life, if a person is afraid of driving, this game will be perfect. It will teach them pretty well how to behave behind the wheel. We have taken care of the language that we use on the game because it is pretty technical. We have been able to translate that technicality of racing and all their vocabulary to simple words so any person can learn about racing and what is necessary for it, therefore giving them a real thrill for their money. For that, it will be very clear, very well articulated so everybody can understand it. We also have a speech module that will be translating the game to any language possible. Talk about the type of game, setting and characters, as well as player interactions. This will be addressed to you by Elizabeth Sassy. Let's welcome her. Thank you. Elizabeth, if anyone is interested in seeing the video again, in top of me you will find the link where you can repeat it if any questions arise on how the type of game is set. Thank you, Elizabeth, for her part. Let's go now with Rules and Limits by Christopher McCallum. Let's welcome him on his part. Here's for the presentation. If anyone wants to follow up again, up here you will find your link. Let's continue with our presentation. Now we will see tools and resources needed for development. Presented by George Harris. Let's welcome him. we come to the conclusion. Let's close with a small quote. Racing games are a unique sport in which precision driving and navigation skill are a must, said Amy Blair, Director of Product Marketing for Sony Computer Entertainment in America. Which tells us that nowadays, video games are not just video games, they're also a sport. And it's a huge nation of people connecting through the developing all their skills necessary to practice this sport. This is a niche that we have to understand and catch it to create a very profitable business. As a conclusion, we're going to be delivering a race game that is multi-platform, multiplayer, and single player. That we're going to deliver new algorithm technology and great graphics. This business model will allow the company to acquire revenue from sales and publicity, which will open a window for new fields of revenue just by selling the game. And finally, to your stakeholders, CEO, and managers, it shows how good and experienced our Team A is and how ready we are to tackle this project. Thank you, and have a great day.